We're here to discuss the contracts that you hold with the Cattaraugus SPCA. And I do have a copy of that contract here with me. And so I just wanted to go quickly through and show you all the ways that it's being violated right now and has been for many decades. Number 2 of the contract reads that the SPCA shall maintain its place of business adequate facilities for proper care and sheltering of animals. Okay, I have a municipal shelter inspection report here from almost exactly a year ago today that shows that the actual facility's roof and the many of the cages are so rusted and broken. That is a direct violation because, you know, you're asking them to maintain adequate facilities for sheltering of animals. I think a roof would probably come under that. Got a sizable hole in the roof, and we have people coming up in a moment to speak and to basically tell you that that's been a problem for 8 years. Section 5, phone calls need to be answered, and also a response service. So paragraph 5 of the contract, SPCA will provide a person from the SPCA from the hours of 8:30 through 5 p.m. to answer telephone calls and respond to all City of Olean animal control issues. We have countless statements from people in the community detailing situations where their phone calls went unanswered. This is one example here from a woman named Jennifer Mogan. And Jennifer Mogan called, and for 1 month she called every day. And she was reporting a dog that had been tied to a tree. So Jennifer was kind enough to actually provide that dog with food and water on a daily basis, and also called to make sure that the SPCA came out. They never came out, and that dog died. So she packed the dog up and brought him to the SPCA and said, "This is what our taxpayer dollars are paying for. This dead dog that I've had to pay for, that I've had to feed for a month, now dead." And at that point she was told to get off the facility property, and she would be arrested for trespassing if she did not leave with the dead dog. That's number 2. Number 3 would be that payment of animal control employees. So many of the animal control people that they use, Randy Sigler being one of them, works off hours, and those hours are not recorded. He does not get paid for those hours. And if he wants to disagree, I would ask to see his hours, and we'll see that that's the case. Number 4 is the spay, neuter, vaccination, and licensing, which falls under the Ag and Markets law, which is New York state law, and that is a requirement. We have, again, countless statements from people, which I can provide to you, showing that they have adopted animals unneutered, and those animals are still unneutered. As far as vaccinations go, I think we're all familiar with Philip Barrett being brought up on felony forgery counts for rabies certificates. So again, a direct violation of the contract that you hold with the SPCA. Number 9, the SPCA agrees to maintain proper records and execute all necessary documentation in compliance with federal, state, county, and local laws. That's not happening. Someone's own admission that works at the facility. You know, drug labels are removed from bottles of medications, and that's an FDA violation. The next one is properly care for, feed, and maintain any animal picked up from Olean City, and that is section 11. And obviously, if anyone here has seen the video that I compiled that was taken on Friday, and also the countless statements from the community detailing these animals going for years without veterinary care, dying in their kennels. So the wonderful thing about the contract that you guys hold is that either party shall have the right to terminate and cancel this agreement upon 30 days prior written notification to cancel the agreement. And so what we're requesting tonight, and the people here will speak on this to substantiate this, this request, is to immediately put in the 30 days and terminate this contract, because this is one of the most obvious and egregious violations of any contract I've ever seen. The person in charge over there on a tape-recorded conversation said that she is going to be downsizing, and then she goes on to explain what that means. And to her, that means not taking phone calls. To her, that means literally, verbatim, if an animal is hit by a car, we will not go out. So that is something I think you guys need to know. If you do continue to hold a contract with these people, that's the kind of service, that's where our tax money is going to be going.
Hi, my name is Aurora Aurora Cremen. I didn't have anything prepared. I'm going to try to keep this quick so that everybody else can speak. As far as what's in front of you today, I can speak to the roof being in disrepair. My husband does own a roofing company, and we offered to fix it, and this was 6 years ago. When he went up to inspect it, he could barely stand on it, and you can actually see from the inside. When we would do walkthroughs, it actually rains in the kennels, and many of them are rusted and falling apart. We were told to keep them together with collars, old collars. Many times they fell out from the wall, and the dogs would get hurt. Some of them got stuck in these, and we had to take wire cutters and cut them out. And then not only that, but they would go without the veterinary care afterwards and bleed and bleed and bleed for hours. And we would stay oftentimes off the books, unpaid, which we did not mind, but it was for the best interest of these animals, and the people in charge were not giving us the help that we needed. They did not come forth or allow us to take these animals to the vet. Some of them got infections and died. Many of them remained hurt in their cages for a very long time, gone without medical attention. There is a vet office in there, but there's never an actual vet or anybody with any kind of medical training, at least in the time that I've been there. I have a friend that is also a former employee that will be speaking eventually, but she was in training, and that's as close to an actual vet that we got. The roof is tarped now and still in terrible, terrible disrepair, and it could even collapse at any time. So if it's brought before you guys to have more animals go there, I will please ask that you think about that decision and about them getting the taxpayer money that isn't going towards the shelter at all. Well, when I worked there was many times where I had to actually perform surgeries and they're actually surgeries. We had to cut open dogs with scalpels and stitch them up. There were cats that had eye herpes. I don't know if you're familiar, but it's an inflammation. And they were tucked away in an office and left until their eyes actually exploded in their heads. You don't want to see some of the things that have gone on there. I hope you guys, there's just been a lot of things medically that these animals aren't getting taken care of. There's a kitten that came in that had maggots coming out of its mouth and its rear end that had to be scraped. That one actually ended up going to a vet eventually. But any of the other animals, there's so many more stories like that where they didn't. There's dogs that have been left with exhaustion and dehydration and died in their cages. I'm not a disgruntled employee, nor was I fired. I quit. I have nothing against anybody at the SPCA personally. And it's not that the animals are being abused, it's that they're being neglected. And that is what we are here to fight against. The money that they get should be going towards the health and the taking care of these animals. And it's not going there. So it's not abuse, it's neglect. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Tina Wedge. I was SPCA board member from the beginning of 2012 until August 22nd, 2012 when I resigned. My input here is to basically confirm everybody saying that we need to get more involved, we need to learn the truth, we need to be up there helping, not hurting. I've helped so much in the last 6 months that you can't even, there's nobody here that can even argue that fact. The supplies that I bought, the functions that I went to, the vet appointments that I took animals to, I've been there day after day after day, helping clean, do everything. A few things that I wanted to point out regarding the misuse of funds, that type of things. If you look at the year-to-date expenses for 2011, the bank charges alone were $6,114.18. 2012, just May 1st to June 20th, $955. Education and training, this is for travel and conference costs. Year-to-date 2011 was $3,935.63. Boarding fees paid to our sister kennel, year-to-date 2011 was over $15,000. That was my contribution. I think if we look back through too, I have email conversations with the actual code enforcement officer that refers to the job of the SPCA not being performed properly. That's something that I think should be taken into consideration as well.
Just really quick, my name is Kristi Solari. I live in Delavan, New York, and we are at this time, my husband and I, ready, willing, and able to get the animal control issue in the city of Olean under control. And also in the spring of 2013, we will apply for a grant to address the feral cat issue in the city at no extra cost to the taxpayers. Thank you.
And I go to work every day. I come down Route 16 and see the SPCA with tarps on the roof, shingles falling off. I think it's very disgraceful to Olean and Cattaraugus County. I am a taxpayer, a concerned citizen. I pay $20,000 a year in taxes, and nothing could be done. Cattaraugus and Olean can't work together. Put a roof on that place for them dogs. Them dogs need care. Animals need care. They could get out, you could get out of the rain, but they can't. They need help. And everybody seems to turn their head to the situation. None of you board members drive down 16 and see the SPCA, see the shingles falling off and a blue tarp flapping on the wind, but everybody turns their head. It's not my job. No one told me about it. I don't think anybody's got to be told about it. They can see it for their own self. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
And my name is Tammy Green, and I have adopted quite a few animals from the SPCA over all my years. And when you walk in there, okay, it's not, when you leave, you go right to the shower, okay, because the stink hangs on you. There's no reason. I've been to a lot of SPCAs looking for specific breeds of dogs. I've been to Pennsylvania, all over. There's no smell. There's nothing. Everything, you know, this is a joke. It really is. If the SPCA was an orphanage, they'd be shut down. Seriously. That's all.
Hi, my name is Melissa Liddick. I live in Hinsdale, the girl from the SPCA. Kelly has been on TV, on camera, requesting help from volunteers. I am a professional. I've worked with dogs for over 20 years. I have volunteered before. She has refused my help. We have, within the last 24 hours, gathered other professionals from the area. We are offering help right now. We have people ready and waiting, standing by to take animals off her hands, which she cannot seem to find homes for. We ask that she do not take in any more animals until these issues are resolved. Again, we are offering her help. We're waiting for her to take it. Thank you.
I understand, I believe this is, okay, Mayor Witt. Now, I called Mayor Witt about 5 days ago, and I still haven't gotten a call back. But I was reprimanded by your assistant and told that we had no right to go in there and take the video that we took. I do want to clarify again that the video that I took was modified into an 18-minute video. That's clipping and splicing. But the raw footage is also available to you, and this is not hearsay. None of this is made up stories, okay? I have it on video. And I'm just saying, I do encourage everyone to go down there and take a tour of the facility. I think that's extremely important for everyone. You know, I would even say volunteer there for a day. You know, put your body inside the kennel that these dogs have to live in for 12 years and see how it feels for just one day. I do want to clarify that we do have placement for every single animal in that facility right now. We actually have sanctuary care set up for the most vicious animals, the animals with bite histories, and we are more than happy to take those dogs tonight, okay? They have homes. What we're talking about here is no kill. We do not want to shut the shelter down. We do not want there to be no SPCA in this county. It's extremely important that that place exists. But what we're talking about is something called the no-kill equation. No-kill is a defined term. It is not a willy-nilly term that can be applied as and when you see fit, how you define it. It is a defined term, and it consists of the following. Number one, trap, neuter, return program for feral cats, community cats. And as Kristi Solari did offer, you know, in contract with her and her husband, you would not only be getting dog control, but you would get, on top of that, at no additional cost, we would be implementing a trap, neuter, return program throughout Cattaraugus, not just Olean, but throughout Cattaraugus County, neutering, vaccinating all the feral cats in this county. The second thing is neutering, a low-cost, high-volume spay-neuter clinic. The people in this county deserve to have somewhere that they can get a cat or a dog neutered for $10. And we are doing that in Erie County. And we want to bring it here for you, and we want to provide the community a service, because we're not just here for the animals, we're here for the people too. The third thing is behavioral and medical help for these animals. So the animals that are sitting there for years, that are literally driven mad, circling and pacing back and forth, those animals would have behavior modification programs, okay? Those animals would be immediately seen by a veterinarian. Number 4 is adoption, comprehensive adoption programs. Number 5, foster care. Number 6, rescue, working with other rescues. You don't have to like people, but you gotta work with them. Like what we're trying to do now. We don't have to get along. But if I tell you right now that I can take all the sick animals and give them vet care at no additional cost to the SPCA, and you'd say no, and I have 501c3 organizations, no-kill groups like Rescue Inc., ready to take the animals, and you say no, there's a problem with that. There's pet retention, public relations, volunteers, redemption, and number 1 most important thing is a compassionate director, the kind of person that doesn't let animals languish in cages. So again, we are requesting that you cancel the contracts with this facility immediately. Thank you very much for your time.
I'm glad that she brought up facts. Because the fact is that everybody here, this side and this side, everybody cares about animals. You can't deny it. And no matter what side you're on, we're just asking that you do look at the facts. And I'm going to give you these facts because it was said that there was people out here that, you know, they denied the fact that whether they called. These are written statements, all signed, people's names and addresses that live in the town, in the city of Olean, that have tried to get help, that have to have the copies. Those are the facts.
Good afternoon. My name is Penny Davis, and I'm on the Hinsdale Highway. I'm recently new back into the town. Moved to the south for 23 years, and I just returned. I have heard horror stories about this facility, even in the south. So it was my main goal when I came here to find out for myself the reality of it, and the facts and the truth. So I did go down one day and I took a tour. And with the smell problem, as soon as I opened up the door, the ammonia smell was so overwhelming that it about knocked you off your shoes. This can't be healthy for the animals or the humans. Now, if you folks need volunteers, there's a line of us ready to volunteer. If you need board members, there's a line of us ready to get on the board. If you need help with your animals, we have people in place for these animals. If you need food, we have people in place to supply food. What we don't understand is why you are pushing us away. You're refusing us to come onto the property, you're refusing us to come into the premises.
Oh, goodness.
We have people,
this is getting ridiculous.
have people online that are
I don't want to get up
volunteering.
again, but I think I told everybody why. That was not okay the other day. I think that this, I mean, some people are getting up 2-3 times to talk. Really?
I'm sorry, this is my first time up, I'm sorry.
But we've been through something.
Yeah, actually, I'd like the speaker to speak right now.
Oh.
I just feel like,
Yeah, we can ask
instead of
questions.
everybody pulling at each other, that we should join together and try to resolve this problem. And the problem is right now that these animals, what I saw was overcrowding. I saw overcrowding with the cats. I saw overcrowding with the dogs. I saw dogs that were stressed. You can tell just by their nature and how they project themselves. And there's facilities out there that are willing to take these animals on. Why are some of these animals in this facility for years and years and years? It shouldn't be like that. If you can adopt them out, because I commented on why there's so many pit bulls in this facility. And the answer I got back was because it's not a highly adoptable dog. The scenario on the pit bull. There are tons and tons of refuges out there that are willing to take these dogs on. If you cannot adopt them out at this location, please, for the love of the animal, move them on to a different facility. So somebody can adopt them, they can get a good home, they can have a loving family to take care of them, not to just house them, hoard them. I thank you for your time.
My name is Sandra Dunbar. I'm here from Erie County, and I'm proudly here with Animal Allies of Western New York. And many of the citizens of your community have talked to our group about the problems with this contract. Early in the day today, we gave several, actually many areas where the contract between the Cattaraugus SPCA and the city of Olean is not being met. It's the contract, what your taxpayers are paying for, they are not getting. It's throwing $5,000 a month down a rat hole. You're not getting the services you're paying for. You deserve better. These citizens deserve better. And God knows those animals there deserve better. If you look at nothing but medical care, there is not a vet on staff. We've spoken to many, if not all, the vets in the area, and they will not work with this organization because they're not paid. They do not have one veterinary technician on staff. They have no person on staff that has any veterinary training of any kind. They throw the word medical person, medical tech. These people are not trained. They learn on the job from other people who have no veterinary training. Your contract demands that these animals be cared for. That cannot happen when these animals live there for 5, 6, 7, 10, 8, 12 years and are never seen by a vet. The facts, yes, the facts will stand for themselves. You have a right to demand that this contract be abided by. It's a legal agreement. Either party can terminate it with 30 days notice. And if I were a taxpayer in this community, I would demand that. I would demand it. I would be on my council representative every week asking, when is this going to be on the council program to be voted on? You're voting on whether you can ban parking on a street. How does this matter get on the council to be voted on? Nobody's making a motion up here tonight or seconding it. But these citizens are going to demand that you as their representatives not be on the wrong side of this animal issue. This is something you don't want to be on the wrong side of when you're up for re-election.